Welcome back to Marbella now. My name is Nicole King, and this is my boy.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
Last week, I was honoured to be invited to participate in 2 talks being held by Traffic Law in Spain, Spanish Traffic Law, a fabulous group called actually N332. They started on Facebook, Javier, and then he got Mark involved, and now they travel round sharing information on road traffic safety. I was invited to share information on Zero Hero, our initiative to reward the designated driver. Now also rewarding everyone who goes to one of our venues and spends over €20 with the chance to win some great prizes. The things they talked about at these events was actually mind-blowing. Things that you should know, things that we don't know, not realising that driving in Spain is completely different to driving in the UK, and not just because we drive on the other side of the road. There are different regulations, there are different restrictions. In Spain, for example, the alcohol tolerance is basically 0 right now. That they mentioned is how to address a roundabout. That was fascinating that Mark came up with a very simple way to help us identify with where we should be to turn off a roundabout. So you go onto roundabout towards the right, and if you want to turn off, you have to be in the right-hand lane. If you're on the inside lane and you can't get over safely to the right-hand lane, you need to go round the roundabout once again or twice, whatever it takes, so that if you're turning off a roundabout, you are in the right-hand lane. By Spanish law, you have to drive in the right lane, and the left lane is only for overtaking slower vehicles. You're not allowed really to actually just drive in the left-hand lane. If you apply that to a roundabout, it makes sense. So I hope that little tip helps. Other things they mentioned, which are really worthy of mentioning right now being summer, is to wear a T-shirt or at least some form of clothing when you're driving. When it's very hot, people are tempted to drive in bikinis or with their trunks on and not put on a T-shirt. It is actually against the law to drive without a top on in Spain. The seatbelt burns that you would get if you suddenly brake and that seatbelt is put into practice and actually does hold you in your seat is absolutely excruciating, and this is the main reason of having to wear your clothing at all times when you're driving. It came up whether flip-flops are legal or illegal to wear when driving, and although there is no specific law saying that flip-flops are illegal, you do have to have the right you have to be in control of the car. It has to be safe driven, and flip-flops have shown that they can come off, they can get caught underneath the accelerator, for example, and a lot of accidents can be caused that way. So it's really important that you don't wear any flip-flops or backless shoes. Please have some kind of footwear that stays on your feet. It really is lovely to see that there are a group of policemen and other well-wishing citizens who have contributed to this fabulous Facebook page and website, which helps everybody understand the laws and regulations of Spain. And they also have great information on news in Spain and other articles that make checking out their website well worth all of our whiles.
Hey, hey.
When you think of car or motorbike insurance, think Linear Director. When you most need your insurance company, Linear Director are there for you. With tow trucks, courtesy car, mechanics, legal advice, even overnight stay in a hotel if you need it. There's a whole department dedicated to us Brits with people who speak English there to help us. If you're looking for an insurance policy that really takes all your needs into consideration whilst you're driving in Spain, then Linear Director really is the company for you. Why don't you give them a call? 952 14 78 34 or contact them online.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chive.
Linear Director appreciates just how important our pets are to us, and that's why they brought out one of the most comprehensive insurance policies on the market, from just €39.90 a year. Give them a call on 952 147834 or from the website lineardirector.com.
Zero Hero, welcome to Belmonte.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new.
Tranquilo, ¿no? Ok. Eso por ahí. Este por aquí, a ver si sale bien. No, por ahí. Vale, un poquito por ahí. Apple. Y un poquito de agua. ¿Verdad? Ping, ping, ping. Partimos. Very good. La manzanita.
Thank you.
A la primera, ¿no? Vale.
Mocktail.
Listo.
Zero Hero, welcome to the Sister Restaurant.
Hey, hey.
I'm directly going to welcome my next guest, the lovely Hayley Willkins. Hayley, thank you so much for coming, and I'm honoured that you want to share something so deeply personal with our community and that I can help you do that. And as I said to you just before we started, I just want to help you in the way that you want, because I appreciate this must be a very hard topic to talk about.
It is indeed. But yeah, I'm here to raise awareness and to sort of get my story out there and hopefully help others.
I think you definitely will do that. I know that just with my colleagues and people that I've talked about your situation, what happened to you, I don't think any of us have ever heard of this, thought of this, and so to know that this is something that can happen and perhaps be more prepared for other people going through this, with Hayley's case of your baby being born sleeping. And I just, again, thank you so much for sharing, and we'll do this in the way that you would like. If you feel comfortable doing so, do you want to comment a little bit about perhaps your pregnancy journey? Or
Yeah, of course. So I'll be honest, like, I absolutely love talking about it. For me, this is part of my healing, and I find it quite comforting talking about it. I'm at a point now where I can talk about it, hopefully without crying. So yeah, obviously, so last year, unfortunately, I lost my first baby at 14 weeks, which was absolutely devastating. Like, we were so excited, but at my 14-week scan, there was no heartbeat. And 8 weeks later, I was blessed with Sienna, so I found out I was pregnant again. And I was literally like the most excited mummy to be. Anyone that knows me knows I'm pretty extra in terms of, like, you know, the gender reveal. I really wanted a little girl. Had a big gender reveal on the beach, and all my friends and family were there, and people come over from the UK. And I had a really big baby shower. And yeah, I just really shared Sienna. Like, we knew that she was going to be Sienna from day dot. First baby was going to be Sienna, and then I just had this feeling that it wasn't the right time, and I didn't necessarily lose the first baby. It was just Sienna coming back as in the right time. So yeah, from day dot, it was a little girl, and I knew that she was going to be Sienna. And I just shared her on social media.
My daughter and I followed you, my daughter passionately.
Yeah, I do all the silly TikToks and the reels, and I was just so excited to be her mum. And, any dance videos. And I feel like, because once I fell pregnant with Sienna, I felt comfortable with sharing about my miscarriage, whereas before I didn't. I think miscarriage again can be something for a woman that you don't feel like you can talk about. It's a bit of a taboo subject. As a woman, I know it can make you feel quite lonely, and you can feel embarrassed. Like, I felt like I didn't talk about my miscarriage because I'd done all these big announcements to friends and family, and then all of a sudden it's gone, and I just didn't feel like I could talk about it until I was pregnant again. And actually, as soon as I did start speaking about it, so many other women come forward, and so many women have been through, losing a baby. It doesn't matter whether you lose a baby at 6 weeks, 12 weeks, 20 weeks, like, it's still your baby. You still have all these hopes and dreams for them. So obviously was super excited to have Sienna. Did every course you could think of, hypnobirthing. I was ready to go in there and, breathe my baby out. And in water with relaxing music playing and with a birth comb. Now I feel like I was a little bit deluded, but, it is what it is. And yeah, pregnancy yoga, everything and anything I could do, I did. And then I went full term, so, we literally got to 40 weeks, and, it was that sense of relief, like, we've made it. But little did I know, obviously, a few days later, that wouldn't be the case, so, now I'm going to cry.
It's okay, sweetheart.
I didn't want to cry.
It's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, okay, so 40 plus 3 days, my waters broke, and I was so excited, texting everybody like, she's on her way. My mum had just landed at the airport, and yeah, within the space of like 10 minutes, I started heavy bleeding. I was speaking to my doula in England. She was on the phone. She was keeping me calm. And because I'd done all the hypnobirthing, I was like, I've never had a baby before. I didn't know if it was normal. Is it, you meant to bleed? Like, I didn't really know. So I wasn't like in a sense of panic. I was just like, right, we're getting in the car. Like, we're going to go and have a baby. My doula was like, you could have to have a C-section, Hayley. That I was like, oh my God, I don't want a C-section. I want to breathe my baby out. Like, I'm going to do this naturally. That was like my biggest worry was, I'm not going to get my birth plan. Got to the hospital, and, they went in to give me the monitor, and they struggled to find a heartbeat. And then they took me for another internal scan, and with that they crash C-sectioned me into the theatre, like not even a minute to say goodbye to anybody. And yeah, the last thing I remember is just being put under, just saying, please save my baby. and then from there, obviously my mum and my partner were there. The rest, obviously, I'm oblivious to because I was under. But during her being, born, or, when she came out, they tried to resuscitate her. But during the C-section, my lung collapsed, and I ended up in a coma. So 24 hours in that time, my mum and my partner were told that maybe I wouldn't make it. So not only had they just lost Sienna, then there was a possibility that I wouldn't make it either, which is heartbreaking. Like, I can't imagine what they went through having to go home. After she was born, they got to spend like 4 hours with her, and they got to, dress her, and Warren's parents came as well and got to hold her. But because of the way Spain is, the hospital didn't have the facilities for a cuddle cot. And I mean, a lot of people won't even know what a cuddle cot is because, people don't talk about it. But
I've never heard of one until now.
So a cuddle cot is something that is able to cool a baby to stop it from deteriorating, so that families get more time, they get time to hold the baby. Some families decide to take the baby home, but it just gives you an opportunity to sort of make memories with your baby. Like, you know, I've seen other women that have been able to take their babies for a walk, introduce them to family in a family home setting, you know. But yeah, there wasn't one available at the hospital. There was only one on the Costa del Sol, which was at the Costa del Sol hospital, which we're guessing must have been in use because we weren't able to have it brought to us. This then meant that the funeral directors, they actually turned up to the hospital within a matter of an hour, ready to take her away. Obviously, my mum and my partner were like, you can't take her, like, Hayley hasn't met her. Thankfully, like, my mum, she sort of pressurised for them to allow her to put her on me when I was in the coma so that she could get some pictures of me with her. But in Spain, they kind of, they want to do things quickly. You know, they like to bury, cremate within a matter of a couple of days. Obviously, with me being in a coma, that's not...
Yeah, and it's something so unanticipated that you didn't have an opportunity to make alternative
No, and it wasn't
arrangements.
even a case of, like, you know, she was born sleeping and I knew about it and I was awake there to make decisions for myself. I had to solely rely on, you know, thank God my mum was there. You know, my partner's an Irish man. Like, it wouldn't have got across his mind to have photos taken with me with her, or, you know, he was reluctant to hold her, but my mum was like, please do, because you'll regret it. So she was actually taken away to Malaga Velez after 4 hours. So the following day in the afternoon when I came out of the coma, she wasn't there. Obviously, I didn't know what had happened. When I woke up from the coma, I just kept asking where she was. You know, my partner had to break the news to me, and, you know, it was just devastating. Like, I was just saying, please, can I hold her? And he was like, you nearly died, Hayley. And I was like, yeah, but where is she? And I was like, she's not all right, is she? And he was like, no. And then my mum come in to see me, and I was like, just tell them to put me back to sleep. Like, I don't want to be here. And yeah, and it was just really, really traumatic. Like, I think the Spanish, you know, I can't fault the hospital, but it's a lack of education and awareness for this kind of thing that I don't think they really know how to deal with it. They don't offer a lot of, like, bereavement, or I didn't feel like anyone really was able to talk to me about what had happened properly.
Is there anything since then that you found on the area, or is this partly bringing you to this Go-Fundme and this do something, turn pain to power?
A lot of changes that need to be made. After like 4 days, because I was poorly, you know, I'd had a C-section, I'd been in a coma, like, you know, my lungs weren't okay, and I just wanted to see my baby. So I was really pushing them, like, I just need to... No one could bring her to me. There just wasn't the facilities. I was like, why can't they just bring her here? But it just wasn't possible. So after 4 days, I discharged myself from the hospital, and they said I would have to, you know, readmit myself back in because I wasn't well enough to travel. It was about a 2-hour drive there. And then when we got to the funeral directors, I was so scared, like, to see her because... you know, I'd seen photos, but I didn't know what to expect, like how she would look.
It must have been so hard.
Yeah, or how I would feel. But, like, I won't lie, on going in there, like, the chapel was beautiful. She was in a beautiful white box. And it was like the happiest and saddest hour of my life. Like, I only got 1 hour with her. But as soon as I saw her, I was just like, yeah, it was like amazing. I was just like, Mummy's here, oh my God, like, my baby. I was so happy, which seems so weird to say, but I was. Like, I expected it to be a really sad moment, and although it was really sad, it was like the happiest moment of my life, you know, and she just looked perfect. She was perfect, you know, she came out perfect. This happened within a matter of, you know, this is an hour between her living and her not. You know, I didn't say earlier, but what actually happened was when my waters broke, her head sort of moved and she basically squashed her umbilical cord, which cut off the circulation for her. So she stopped breathing. But obviously by the time I got to the hospital, there was still a faint heartbeat, hence why they crash C-section me. So it wasn't that she was stillborn in my tummy, because it was a freak accident. And then obviously when she came out, she was, you know, everything was a matter of seconds and minutes of things happening. But then, yeah, after seeing her for that, you know, 1 hour, which is just horrific, really, for a mum to only get 1 hour with their baby, especially when I know people that have had their baby for 5 days, 6 days, you know, got an opportunity to dress their baby, spend time with their baby, sleep with their baby. You know, it's, for me, it's not a morbid thing at all. I think some perceptions here in Spain, and I think it's just a cultural thing, is that it can be a little bit morbid. Like, why would you want to sit with your dead baby for a few days? But
I don't think so. I think, as you say, just lack of preparation, information perhaps, and sometimes it does take someone like yourself to then follow up and use something so painful to send a very powerful message to help other people. And
yeah, and I think that's what it comes down to. It comes down to educating people. And, you know, for me, I carried her for 9 months, and although I only got an hour with her, she had the most beautiful life. And, you know, I look back now and I just wish I'd been able to create more memories in that hour. You know, I wish I had the time. There's so many things I wish I'd done differently, and this is why I think it's important, because I'll be able to help other mums in terms of how to do, you know, how to manage this situation. It's not something that anybody puts in their birth plan, and I don't share my awareness and speak about it to scare other mums, but, you know, we can't bury our head in the sand. Like, they say that, you know, stillbirth or baby loss at birth, it happens to like 1%. You know, there's a 1% chance, but when you become the 1%, it's a really big community of women. It's massive. And when you become that 1%, you realise how big it is. You know, I'm in groups with hundreds of thousands of women who have lost their babies, and it's absolutely heartbreaking. And when you speak about it, like, I've gained, like, I don't know, 5,000 new followers on my Instagram that are all women that have lost their baby, and many women that have felt not able to talk about it, feel ashamed, maybe haven't shared their baby because of how other people perceive it. You know, I've had a few nasty comments, but, you know, I'm prepared for that. I like to think I'm quite strong, I'm quite thick-skinned. But, you know, our babies deserve to be seen, our stories deserve to be heard, our babies' names deserve to be shouted from the rooftops. We deserve to share our babies on social media. Like, if Sienna had lived, everyone would have been sick of it. Do you know what I mean? They would have been sick of me. I would have just shared her with everyone. And so I've done the same from her, you know, from her passing. And, you know, since all of this happening, the one thing I wanted to do, and even from being in the hospital bed, was I remember just saying to everyone, like, I'm going to make some big changes here, like, things need to change. And I started looking into the cuddle cots. I found another charity, a lady called Natalie. She lives in Sevilla. She's been doing this for a little while now. She lost her little boy Oliver 5 years ago, and she's been donating cuddle cots to various hospitals. And then we linked up. I managed to find out, you know, a bit of how she's been doing things. And from there, I decided to set up Sienna's Legacy, and was like, right, all the things that I needed, how can I get them for another mum? Whether that's a photographer that can come into the hospital, an English-speaking celebrant that can host the service, because you want your service to be perfect, and it can be quite difficult if you've got a Spanish-speaking celebrant that doesn't really, you know, hasn't got that empathy for a baby loss, you know. So, and I managed to source, like, counselling online. I found a group of women that are able to offer online counselling if somebody needs it. So
that's very important, obviously.
Really important. I was offered no counselling. I haven't had any counselling. I feel like I'm self-counselling myself by doing this, like, by doing the fundraising and raising awareness. And, you know, every day I speak about Sienna. That for me, that's my healing. Because I don't feel like she's gone. She's with me all the time. I actually have her in my ring. She's just here.
That's lovely,
I've got
darling.
her ashes in there.
That's lovely.
I have her tattooed on my leg.
Lovely.
But I feel like by sharing this, that it keeps her alive, and it hopefully helps other people to feel like they can share their babies. And from this now, we've now got 3 cuddle cots. Sienna was meant to be born in Quirón, Marbella. And I have a lovely doctor there, Isabel. She is absolutely fantastic. And I never obviously made it to Quirón to have the baby. And when I went for an appointment with Isabel, she said she was looking into a cuddle cot and she wanted to get one. And I was like, I can give you one tomorrow. Like, I've got enough money raised. And we got that ordered. Hospiten have now agreed to take one. And the third one is going to a hospital in Madrid. And we're now like €900 off the fourth cuddle cot as well. And I've started making like comfort kits as well for the hospitals. So like a little box that the hospital can give a mum, just so that they don't feel alone. I've just put some little sentimental bits in there, some like ink pads, little teddy bear, little key rings, a card, handwritten card from me, you know, with my contact number in it, and just so that someone feels like someone cares. I also have a really lovely lady called Irene Richards. She has made sleep gowns for babies out of donated wedding dresses. So we have like envelopes for really, really little babies, and then bigger ones for babies born sleeping. So they're like beautiful. They can be buried or cremated in them, or even, you know, just if a family wants them. And then we also have these little, they're called cuddle squares. So a friend of mine, her mum's knitted them. And when a baby passes, you put a cuddle square, like the mum will put it in her bra, one for the baby, and then you keep sort of swapping them around right until the last minute. And then you have one and the baby has one, so that you've always got a piece of each other, which I think is really beautiful.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's lovely to talk about her because she's as beautiful as you are, and I think she's impacted all of our lives, certainly all of us on the Costa del Sol here in Marbella, and all your followers and your social media world. It's lovely that you have taken such pain to make it so powerful, to help us, educate us on something we need to know. As I said, I've never heard of half of the things you've talked about. You would never think about it, and I'm really sorry that you've gone through it, and I'm really grateful and proud of you for sharing this so heartfelt, so deeply personal. How else can we help you, Hayley?
I think the biggest thing is, and the thing that I've had from social media, you know, social media can be a bad place, but it can also be a really great place if it's used correctly. Just sharing. Obviously, I have the Go-Fundme, if anyone can make donations. Like, I don't, you know, we've done fundraising events, we've had music events, we've got an event at Sala on the 4th. I've got several people running marathons. I've even had one of my brides, because I'm a content creator for weddings, one of my brides wants a donation box on her wedding day. These are people I don't even know. My mum's planning on doing a skydive at some point. Now I've mentioned it, she'll have to do it. We had like sponsored leg waxing and all sorts, and obviously if people can't make a donation, you know, I'm so grateful for, you know, times are tough right now, and you know, the fact that we've already raised nearly like €9,500 in 4 months. Obviously this is only 4 months ago that Sienna passed, so in 4 months what we've managed to achieve. And when I say we, it is community. I feel like the Costa del Sol, it's a big place, but when you're here it's a very small place, and there is a real sense of community, and I've really felt that. I literally bump into people that I don't know who feel like Sienna is a part of their life. You know, everybody always says, like, you just share her so beautifully that, you know, I get random women, like my husband asks how you are, how's, you know, what's going on with the fundraising. You know, I feel like people really have taken her into their hearts, and she's a very, very special, strong baby, because obviously, one, she's helping me because she gives me a sense of purpose and a reason to get out of bed in the morning. You know, I'm sad, I cry every day, but I don't cry all day every day, and that's because she's obviously looking over me, and she don't want a sad mummy, and I have to do this for her. You know, this happened to me for a reason, and not everything happens for a reason, because that's a really crap saying, because it shouldn't have happened, but it did, and it happened to me, and I have to continue this for her, and it was given to me for a reason. It happened to me for a reason, because I'm strong enough to do this, and to make sure that I follow through with it, and just help as many other families not go through what we went through, and hopefully her legacy will outlive me and my family, and forever, like, her name will be heard and known. Like, yeah,
Sienna cuddle cots are already a reality.
Yeah.
Marbella is now covered thanks to you.
Yeah,
That is quite amazing and impressive. Very strong, special woman, and you can. I'm just say I'm so proud and grateful for you coming to share this experience. And Sienna really is with us all, and you're very loved and appreciated by our community. And she'll always be with us.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, she won't get forgotten because
you won't let it happen.
I won't let it happen.
You will not let it happen.
I won't let it happen. But yeah, no, I really, really do appreciate like having the airtime to talk about it. And you know, if anybody knows somebody or someone goes through it, like please just get them to reach out to me. Like, you know, if I had somebody say to me, reach out to this person, I would have done that. I would have needed that.
Are you doing any like group things locally? Is there anything? Because you've got your online community, but is there any like presential, like they have AA groups and things? Is there anything
I think
for
that
mummies?
could definitely be like something in the future. I've now linked with. There's another mum called Jess. She's in Gibraltar. Her little boy Oliver as well. He passed away 4 weeks after Sienna, and me and Jess have now become quite good friends. She's actually donated 2 cuddle cots to a hospital in Gibraltar, and then I've obviously got Natalie as well. She's in Seville, and she's doing some talks, which we're going to like support each other. You know, I hope our community doesn't grow. I hope the cuddle cots gather dust and they never see the light of day. I hope no one has to ever ring me. I hope no one has to ever join our club, because it's a really crap club, if I can say that.
Yes, you can.
Just checking.
You can.
But you know, and I guess because this becomes more spoken about, I'm pretty sure that there is going to be more women and more families that are going to join our club. And like you said, I think it's going to become a thing where we will be able to do more face-to-face and have a bit of a community where we can meet up and see each other. As for me and the girls already, like Jess came to one of my fundraising events. She's going to come for the handover at the hospital. I'm going to go to hers, you know. So there is already a sense of community there, and hopefully it won't grow and it will just stay the few of us.
That's a perfect sentiment.
Yeah.
The perfect sentiment. Hayley, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Best of luck, and whenever you want to come back and share anything else, you're always
Amazing.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Hey, hey.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Gusto e Fantasia.
Linear Director has come up with a squatter policy for just €24 a year. You don't have to have your home insurance with them. This is a completely separate matter to protect you from squatters. For more information, call 952 147834 or their website, lineardirector.com. Those of you who were in Marbella in the 80s will remember Mel Williams. For us, not only nearly famous, always famous. He played along groups like the Rolling Stones, the Beatles. His life was music, and he put music into many of our lives. On Sundays, there would be live music in his beach bars. He had bars in Puerto Banús, and even then later on, back until his passing just a few years ago, he entertained us, and we loved him. He has a huge following of fans, but not just for our dear Mel, who we miss dearly, but also for Sally, his wife, doted, carrying his equipment and setting it up at all the different gigs and then taking it all down again. I mean, what an amazing couple and what a beautiful family they have created together. Mel was the figurehead for the Hells Angels, forever a rocker and forever in our hearts. Since Mel's passing, it's been very difficult for Sally to get back into the world. Of course, I mean, how do you get over somebody you've shared so much life with and not having them with you? But Sally has many, many friends, and it was a beautiful thing that she did, because she got everybody together at La Sala, at La Sala, basically just to say hi. I'm surfacing, I'm here again, and I appreciate you all. She gave flowers to people that she felt deserved special recognition, and she spoke to everyone and just said, we're here, let's be together. No raffles, no prizes, no cause, except sharing friendship. I recorded some of this first Sally at La Sala, and I'd like to share it with you because Sally and Mel have been and always will be an amazing and important part of Marbella's past, present and future.
She's armed and ready.
Where do you want to come over there?
Congratulations. Yeah, amazing. You've got a bloody road named after you. That's amazing. It's really, really lovely.
Well, actually, over the last 3 years.
We did the whole thing. Did they meet you? Of course,
I can't believe it. This is exactly what Ian and I thought. So I'm off now. Just enjoy yourself. Chat amongst yourselves. It's just perfect. Mingle, go wherever you like, whatever tables. I'm sorry about the order if you get mixed up, but we don't care. Keep the cava flowing, keep the water flowing, and keep the Coke Zero flowing.
Thanks, Patty.
Thank you, Patty Harrison, for asking me for free flowing Coke Zero and then not coming. Beware, she might pop in. Hi everybody anyway. Hello, I think hello, lovely, happy everybody. Hi everybody. This is amazing. I just so wanted to see you all not at the funeral, and I don't think that bad. I'm sorry about that. But they won't be here, will they? Mel's here because he would strike me down, as you all know, if I don't make at least a little bit about him. So, yeah. Coming from, I'm going to be quick, I'm not going to waffle. It's tough when you lose someone, we all know that. These lovely ladies over there, they told me that years ago, and I never got it. But it's tough, you need a big sort of person-shaped hole, don't you? And it's really hard. And Mel left a big shaped hole in everyone's heart, I think. But what I didn't realise was that I think between us, Mel and I created something. Which was we created something where we all had a space to do this. So you could get together with people who maybe weren't exactly in your little bubble, see different people, and just know that if you went, you'd be welcome and it'd be a bit of fun. And I suddenly realised that's where I didn't know where to go anymore, because lovely friends here, I mean, people here have supported me more than I could ever imagine. You all know who you are, because you're all here. So, and a few more. But I just felt we need to do this more often. Yeah? I mean, you all understand it. Oh, it's you, it's you, it's you. It's so different, so diverse. I love that. For the future, I want to move it on. I want to try and do something once a month. I get a bit bored doing the same thing, so it might be different again, I don't know. But it will be here, I promise you, because they've been fantastic. with Sala people. And also I want it to be about looking forward. Because all these people we've lost, they lived. They lived up until the last minute they didn't live. Does that make sense? I mean, that one on the screen over there, that Mel. I mean, I just said, one of the videos was at the National Tourist Day in Estepona in the 90s. And Mel was just on the beach, completely off his face. He was like, wrecked. And he said, Sal, I've got a gig tonight, I forgot to tell you. I went, oh no, what is it? He said, I think it's the Tourist Day of Estepona. Well, when we got there, it was massive. It was that video that's amazing. So, things like that. But he lived till the last minute. And my other big inspiration for today is my mum. My mum I lost at the age of, I'm 69. And I lost my mum in July. She was 94. When she was 93, you can take the music down a little bit yet. When she was 93, thank you, Gabriella. When she was 93, she founded an ecology group. Say no more. Hence when Hannah said to me, sometimes, and it's true, when people who aren't in the public eye or a bit, when we lose them, they don't get the recognition. And I said, well, you didn't sadly meet my mother. My mother was more of a diva than Mel. Anyway, she left me her courage, so did Mel. So I want to just enjoy today. I want to just read you this about Mel, because I think this proves how he kept living till he was 75, and I will get struck down. Mel had this on his tables, didn't he? Mel, nearly famous. I often wonder why I am still nearly famous. I've toured with stars, sung in clip joints. No. Cabarets, shitholes, and stadiums. Pubs, clubs and theatres. Poor bars and whore bars. I'm learning all this now. Fields and back gardens. I've sung for royalty and rockers, punks and pensioners, bank robbers, train robbers, dopers and dealers. I've done more laying than 100-year-old chicken. I don't know if it's more amazing that he put it in print or that I never really noticed it. And he used to religiously put it round on everyone's table. Knocked around with the likes of the Beatles, Bill Haley, Little Richard and Matt Monro. Toured with Gene Vincent, done TV with The Who, opened the show for the Rolling Stones. Tommy, never forget, took us to see the Rolling Stones about a couple of months before Mel left the building. And had cucumber sandwiches with Judas Priest. Mel went to one of their gigs and thought he was going to get all the works, and he got cucumber sandwiches and a cup of tea. Disappointed. And I'm still nearly famous. I sang at the Albert Hall with a plethora of stars like Van Morrison, Joe Cocker, Lonnie Donegan, I love you Lonnie, Mark Knopfler, and I'm still only nearly famous. Here we go. But this applies to all of us. Look, I've had skin cancer, a fat heart, suspected polio and bloody shingles. I've drunk enough to sink the Titanic. And taken enough illicit substances to fly higher than an eagle. And I'm still alive, and still only nearly famous. What can I say? Give up now at 70, not bloody likely. Just before we get into the nosh, why I'm doing that is because that was 5 years before he died. He had all that. He kept going. He kept going. He could still hit those notes. As long as I carried the gear, he could still hit those notes. So that's what I want to do today. Celebrate being live, have good fun. I want to remember all the people. I mean Bob. I'm saying Bob because I love Bob. Jimmy Riley, Graham Graham Ward, he went this week, didn't he? We've all lost a lot of good people. So I just want to remember them, everyone's parents, because they're all good people. Your mum, you know. Sharon Russell I would mention, because she's an inspiration here, but just all these people. Joe, our lovely Joe from Ireland. God, do we miss our Joe. Barry, you know, just so many wonderful people. And a lovely Carol, and lovely Mummy Shirley, your mummy. I just want to remember all the people we've lost, not just now, because he was the noisiest. I want to remember everybody, but with life and with going forward, and let's do new things. Let's try doing new things. Let's move out of our circles. Let's not just all hibernate or stay isolated. And on that note, I think we better start the dinner, Gabriela. Vamos con la comida. Porque si yo no hablo toda la tarde. Quiero también decir gracias a la Sala. Bienvenida a todo el mundo que ha venido aquí en español. Gracias, España. Y vamos con la comida. Just enjoy, carry on, just talk, move tables.
Bravo, Sally!
I love the lady.
At the Cancelada roundabout, very drunk, with a famous footballer. And Mel said you kept them so entertained with the story of how he dribbled and did all this, and they recognised him, so they let you and Mel, the famous footballer, very drunk, get back in the car and go.
Oh, no.
No, they took you away.
No, they told us to sleep in the car for 3 hours. That was the day she could do those.
Told him to sleep
That
in the
was
car.
the day. We're not proud of it, but it did happen. Got the mic.
Can't see the card on that one.
I can't see a card on it. Just a bit of a...
No, that's right. The other
Oh,
one.
there's a
No,
card.
it's the card.
Who's this one for?
These are ladies. I've got to say, it's a bit about, not only about illness, but they've just gone through superhuman things, and I'm so proud to know them, and I've really been inspired. When I've sat feeling sorry for myself at home, I think, bloody hell, you're amazing. So, where's our Lucy? I love our Lucy. Lucy, you're amazing. You never ever cease to inspire. And I've received a lot of support from a lot of good friends here, and you know all who you are. And I had to learn how to receive. It's hard. But I tell you what, this lady, I don't know whether it's from wherever, whatever she's done in life, she's helped a load of people through the Rotary Club, through whatever she's done. Lizzie Marriage, you have been the bravest person. You've come through your battles and your life. You've shown up on so many. And just you arriving today, I mean, I've had my privilege just by you lot all turning out. You're amazing. Another one here. I've lost the card. This lady, unbelievable bravery. I've never heard a negative word come out of my mouth. I've heard plenty of negative words out of people who've got loads going on for them. But I tell you what, Linda, you have just been out of this world. You have been, I've watched you all through the bloody pandemic and I've felt it, and you have been an absolute
inspiration for so many people who think, God, if she can get up, I can. Yeah, I'm thrilled. So, you never know it. She's out there in a miniskirt. She's a man magnet. I'm sorry to say that, but she's always been a man magnet. There's a girl in this room who's the most unbelievable friend to me. We were widowed within 6 weeks of each other. She's been there 100% for me all the time. And I love her very much, and I know she's very loved by all you lot as well. So here you go, Angie. No, that was it. I just something I wanted to do because it's been long overdue. So all I want everyone to do now is just carry on, just having a good time. Chat, do what you like. I'm sorry I've used the opportunity to have a bit of fun and to do some personal things, but I want it to move forward. I would like to do something every month or every couple of months. Might be different.
Zero Hero, welcome to Sala! Yay!
Zero Hero, welcome here at the Gaucho de Banús.
Zero Hero!
Welcome to Vigo Banús.
Zero Hero, welcome to Sunday.
Zero Hero, welcome to RTV Marbella.
It's lovely to welcome back to the programme Borja Yaz. Last week he joined me to talk about mental health, hypnosis, and basically coaching to live our best lives and to make things happen. And one of the things we forgot to mention was an event that Borja has coming up. And so I've invited him to join me again because I want to know what the event is, Borja. Welcome back.
Thank you so much for inviting me a second time. I am really delighted.
I really enjoyed our conversation last
Thank
week.
you.
I love what you do. As I mentioned, for those who haven't seen our interview from last week, I actually met Borja online during lockdown. Within days of us being closed in our homes, Borja had this WhatsApp group that I don't know how I even heard of it. I joined in a bit late, but you were there, so I feel like we have a relationship, although we only met last week. So what is the event? What's it for? Tell us a little bit so we can get involved.
So the event is, we are launching, we're presenting to the world Nordic Mindset. It's a revolutionary psychological training system that has been implemented in Denmark by a psychologist. He's called Søren Linge, and he has been a success in Denmark. Like they are definitely, from people that have mental issues, they're becoming coaches to help people in the mindset. So they want to launch globally. And we are helping expand this in Spain.
What are the, so where are you, is this like an actual gathering of people? Can people go? Or is this you having this date on the horizon that is like, that you're working towards?
We are working, but we already have the date. The first event is going to be in Estepona, this 26th of May.
Okay.
In the Centro Cultural Padre Manuel at 6 p.m. So everyone is invited, especially people that is really, that they want to help, that have this mission. We are on a mission to change the world. And this is a training system that have been proven scientifically, in that we know that it works. Because there's so many theories out there. And I know that from my own experience.
So what would the objective be of doing this process that you're presenting? So is it, who would it be aimed at doing the course? And what would they expect after doing the course?
There is aim to two type of people. First, the professional that needs the system to really help people at almost 100% of cases to have a success. We want to empower people mentally and to make them free to live happy, with free of distress and free of many other things in society that make us sick.
So the event is coming up on the 26th of May. Do you have to pre-book, or can people just arrive?
I mean, we have a space enough so people can just arrive. If they want to book, it's okay. But we should be able to accommodate almost everyone. This is a Centro Cultural.
Yeah, Cultural Centre, they've got a lot of space.
In Estepona, yes.
The Estepona Town Hall is also, like Marbella, very, very good.
Yeah.
Very active in helping people present different projects. And this one sounds very, very helpful, I think, just for us everyday people.
Yes.
And professionals who are looking to help others.
Yes, professionals who are looking to help others. We have a system. They can join us in the team, and it's something that works and is proven. And also an individual that want to empower themselves, want to take control of their own mind.
So I could go and then just get the course for myself?
Yes, and you don't need the professional after that. The course is already, there are tools that you take within 4 months, and it's every tool that you need in your life to be empowered and to live a happy and free life out of distress.
So it's like something you can at home just follow the different steps according to this course, and by doing those,
exactly,
you'll see results.
Exactly. There is a mentor that will guide you in the process just for the support, and a community, because we understand the importance of mentoring and supporting, but the path is going to be walked by you. We understand that that's the way to really integrate it. It's not just theory. It has been proven in hundreds of individuals that it works.
I do believe that when we have to be active in our own healing, it works better. Because when we expect others to heal us,
yeah, exactly,
it's always going to be a slower process than taking control of it is in my hands to also do something about it. So I think that is a positive aspect of the course.
Yeah, that's the way to go. We have been, I mean, we believe in this process. Like, if you don't empower yourself and just like decide you want to be the change, you cannot find the solution outside. There's so many people looking for solution outside, other people's solution. When you want to find love, you want to find it somewhere else. When you are mentally sick, you want to find a medication. Or we are not against medication, but we understand there are other tools for human development that need to be learned and integrated by your own choice, taking responsibility of your life.
Absolutely, love the concept. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
I will join you on the 26th of May.
Fantastic.
Find out more, and then we will bring you back again, because then I'll have questions about that too, I'm sure.
Fantastic. I would love to have you there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Borja, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that's it for this week. You can find recordings of this programme from the RTV Marbella.tv website. There's a link there to Marbella. Now you can watch the show live from their website as well on the streaming. You can also go to my YouTube channel, Nicole King Marbella, for links to the programme. Or you can go to my website, nicoleking.es, because there I have a link to the RTV page, I have a link to the YouTube channel, and I have a link to my Marbella Moments column in the Euro Weekly News, and there's a direct link to the Zero Hero website with that ever-increasing list of places rewarding the designated driver, and also now giving prizes to people who visit the venues to reward you for using venues that reward us. And our lovely guest, Emilio, was one of those people giving out great prize, remember, of a sailing trip. So not one of our restaurants, but just a good community person saying, I'll reward safety too. Thank you once again. Take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. And Boy and I look forward to welcoming you back again next week for more of what's going on in Marbella right now.